You want triceps that pop like this? You don't need a single weight to get them. For years, I thought you did, and honestly, my arms were average at best. But then I stumbled upon a specific bodyweight progression that completely changed the game. I'm going to walk you through that exact system, step by step, so you can build your own 3D triceps without any equipment at all. Intro. The problem and amp. The promised. Let's be real for a second. We've all been there. You're looking in the mirror, you hit a flex, and you just feel underwhelmed. Then you see these fitness influencers and athletes with arms that look like they were carved out of granite, and you can't help but think they must live in a multi-million-dollar gym. It's a common trap, this idea that to get truly impressive, sleeve-stretching arms, you absolutely need access to heavy weights, cable machines, and a dumbbell rack the size of a car. I was stuck in that exact mindset for the longest time. I was doing push-ups, some random dips, but my arms just weren't growing. Sure, they weren't soft, but they had zero pop, that three-dimensional look that makes a physique really stand out. I felt frustrated and totally convinced that without a gym membership, I'd already hit my genetic ceiling. It's a roadblock that stops so many people. They either give up on training arms at home or just accept that their arms will only ever be okay. But what if I told you that's a complete myth? What if the secret to unlocking massive triceps growth isn't about what you lift, but how you train? This is my promise to you in this video. I'm pulling back the curtain to show you the exact bodyweight only progression that took my arms from average to awesome. This isn't about 100 different, complicated exercises. It's a focused, smart approach using a handful of powerful movements, done with perfect form. So forget the gym, forget the weights. By the end of this video, you'll have the complete blueprint to build the 3D triceps you've been chasing. Section 1. The why, simple science for maximum growth. Before we jump into the exercises, you have to understand the why behind this method. Building a great physique isn't about randomly throwing exercises at a muscle and hoping for the best. It's about intelligent, targeted training. And when it comes to your triceps, knowing a little basic anatomy is your secret weapon. The muscle on the back of your arm is the triceps brachii. The name itself gives us a huge clue. Tri means 3. Your tricep isn't one big lump. It's made of 3 distinct parts, or heads. The lateral head, the medial head, and the long head. First, you've got the lateral head. This is the one you see most, right on the outside of your arm. When it's well developed, it creates that classic, horseshoe, shape everyone wants. It's the part that really pops from the side. Next is the medial head, which is kind of tucked underneath the others. It's a workhorse that helps out in almost every tricep movement. While you don't see it as much, building it up adds serious overall thickness and density to your arm. Finally, we have the king of triceps size, the long head. This is the biggest of the 3, and it's the one that makes the most difference in how massive your arm looks. It runs down the back of your arm and does something unique. It crosses your shoulder joint. Why does that matter? Because it attaches to your shoulder blade. The long head gets stretched and activated best when your arm is in an overhead position. If you want that 3D look, that full, round muscle that seems to hang off the bone, you have to give the long head special attention. So, our strategy is simple but incredibly effective. Pick exercises that hit all 3 heads, with a special focus on movements that stretch and overload that all-important long head. This is how we stop guessing and start building. Section 2. Exercise 1. The foundation. Close grip push-ups. Every great structure needs a solid foundation. In our bodyweight triceps journey, that foundation is the close grip push-up. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about diamond push-ups? Fair question. They're famous for torching the triceps, but that extreme hand position can put a ton of stress on your wrists and shoulders. For a lot of people, that's a long-term recipe for pain. The close grip push-up, with your hands just inside your shoulders, gives you almost all the same benefits while being way safer and more sustainable. It's a powerhouse for the lateral and medial heads. Let's break down how to do it perfectly, because form is everything. Get into a high plank position. Your body should be a straight line from your head to your heels. Brace your core, squeeze your glutes, and flatten your back. Now, instead of placing your hands wide, bring them in so they're directly under your shoulders or just a little bit closer. Your fingers can point forward or slightly out, whatever feels best on your wrists. The descent is where the work gets done. As you lower your body, the most important cue is to keep your elbows tucked in. Don't let them flare out. Imagine you're scraping your ribs with your elbows on the way down. This is what forces the load onto your triceps. Control it. Aim for a slow, 2 to 3 second descent. Go down until your chest is just an inch or two from the floor. Now, the ascent is all about power. Explode back up by pushing the floor away from you. The most critical part? The lockout. Don't just come up to soft elbows. Press all the way until your arms are straight and squeeze your triceps as hard as you can for a full second. That's the difference between just doing a representative and owning it. Common mistakes to avoid. Flaring elbows. The second your elbows go wide, your chest and shoulders take over. Keep them tucked. Sagging hips. If your core is asleep, your hips will droop, putting stress on your lower back. Squeeze your abs and glutes the whole time. Half reps. Going down halfway just cheats the muscle. A full range of motion is non-negotiable for growth. How to progress and regress. Beginner, regression. Can't do one from your feet. No problem. Start with incline close grip push-ups. Put your hands on a stable counter, a sturdy table, or a sofa. The higher the surface, the easier it is. As you get stronger, use lower objects until you're ready for the floor. You can also do them from your knees. Advanced, progression. Once you can bang out 15-20 perfect reps, it's time to level up. The easiest way is to elevate your feet on a chair for decline close grip push-ups. This shifts more weight onto your arms. You can also add a pause at the bottom or slow the negative down to a 4-5 second count. Master this move. It's your non-negotiable starting point. Section 3. Exercise 2. The peak contraction. Bench dips. Okay, you built your foundation. Now it's time to hit the triceps from a completely different angle with an exercise that gives you a deep stretch and an insane contraction. Enter the bench dip. All you need is a sturdy chair, a bench, or even the edge of your sofa. The setup is simple but vital. Sit on the edge of your surface and place your hands right next to your hips, fingers pointing forward. Now, slide your butt forward just off the bench, so your straight arms are holding your body weight. How you position your legs is how you adjust the difficulty. For beginners, bend your knees to 90 degrees with your feet flat on the floor. For an intermediate challenge, straighten your legs and rest on your heels. Here's how to execute. Keeping your back as close to the bench as possible, slowly lower yourself by bending only at the elbows. Your elbows should point straight back, not out to the sides. Lower down until your upper arms are about parallel to the floor, a 90-degree bend at the elbow. Pause here. Feel that deep stretch. From the bottom, drive powerfully through your palms. Push your body back up to the start. And just like with the push-ups, the lockout is everything. Squeeze your triceps with everything you've got at the top. Hold that squeeze for a second. Common mistakes to avoid. Drifting forward. If your hips float away from the bench, you put a ton of unhealthy stress on your shoulder joints. Keep your back practically scraping the bench up and down. Shoulder shrugging. Don't let your shoulders creep up to your ears. Keep your chest proud and your shoulders pulled down and back. This protects your shoulders and isolates the triceps. Going too deep. Going way past parallel can put your shoulder in a vulnerable spot. Quality over quantity, always. How to progress and regress. Beginner, regression. As I said, start with your knees bent. This lets your legs help out. If that's still too tough, just reduce the range of motion until you build more strength. Advanced, progression, ready for more? Straighten your legs. The ultimate progression is to elevate your feet on another chair of the same height. Now your triceps are moving almost your entire body weight. For even more of a challenge, put a backpack full of books on your lap. When done right, bench dips will give you an insane pump that screams muscle growth. Section 4. Exercise 3. The long head specialist. Bodyweight tricep extensions. We've built our foundation and mastered the contraction. Now it's time for the exercise that specifically targets the long head to build that 3D look. This is the bodyweight tricep extension, sometimes called a bodyweight skull crusher. This movement is arguably the most important one in our routine because it puts your arms overhead and forces the long head into a deep stretch, a primary trigger for muscle growth. You'll need a stable surface like a kitchen counter, a desk, or the back of a sofa. The lower the surface, the harder it gets. Let's start with a counter height surface. Stand a few feet away and place your hands on the edge, about shoulder width apart. Walk your feet back so your body is in a straight, inclined line. Now for the critical part. Your upper arms need to stay almost perfectly still. The only movement should be you hinging at your elbows. Slowly bend your elbows, letting your head drop down towards your hands. You should feel an intense stretch all the way up the back of your arm. That's your long head talking to you. Once you hit that deep stretch, reverse the motion. Without letting your hips sag, drive your palms into the surface and powerfully extend your elbows, pushing your body back to the start. Squeeze hard at the top. You should feel this almost exclusively in your triceps. Common mistakes to avoid. Turning it into a push-up. The most common error is moving your whole body forward and back. No, imagine your upper arms are locked in concrete. Pivot only at the elbow. Sagging hips. Just like before, a weak core leads to sagging hips. Keep your body rigid as a plank. Flaring elbows. A little flare is okay, but try to keep your elbows pointing mostly forward. Too much flare brings other muscles into it, which defeats the purpose. How to progress and regress. Beginner, regression. The easiest version is against a wall. The more upright you are, the easier it is. You can also just stand closer to the counter you're using. Advanced, progression. To make it harder, just use a lower surface. Go from a counter to a chair, and from a chair to the floor. Doing these on the floor is known as the tiger bend push-up, an incredibly advanced move that requires some serious triceps strength. Do not skip this exercise. If you're serious about building triceps that look impressive from every angle, this is your golden ticket. Section 5. Putting it all together, the ultimate bodyweight triceps workout. So, you've got the 3 most powerful bodyweight triceps exercises. But knowing the moves is only half of it. You need a structured plan that forces your muscles to grow. This is where we talk about programming, sets, reps, and the single most important principle in all of training: progressive overload. Progressive overload just means you continuously find ways to make your workouts harder over time. Since we can't just add more weight to a bar, we get creative by adding reps, trying for one more representative than last time. Adding sets. Doing one more set than your last workout. Cutting rest time. Shortening your rest between sets. Improving tempo. Slowing down the lowering part of the lift. Increasing the difficulty. Moving to a harder exercise variation, like going from incline push-ups to the floor. Here is your workout plan. Do this 2 to 3 times per week, with at least one full rest day in between for recovery and growth. The workout. Close grip push-ups. Sets. 3-4 reps. Go to technical failure. That means you do as many reps as you can with perfect form. The second your form breaks, the set is over. Rest. 60-90 seconds. Bench dips. Sets. 3-4 reps. Again, push to technical failure. Squeeze out every perfect representative rest, 60-90 seconds. Bodyweight tricep extensions. Sets. 3-4 reps, technical failure. Focus on that deep stretch and powerful contraction. Rest. 60-90 seconds. Your mission, your logbook, or just a note on your phone, is your new best friend. After every workout, write down the exercise version you did, your sets, and your reps. Your goal for the next workout is simple: beat your logbook. Maybe that's one more representative on your first set of dips. Maybe it's finally doing 4 sets of push-ups instead of 3. Or maybe it's the day you finally graduate from incline push-ups to the floor. This constant chase for better is what tells your body it needs to build bigger, stronger muscle. Don't just go through the motions. Attack every workout with purpose. Your goal isn't just to get tired, it's to get stronger. Conclusion and AMP. CTA. So there you have it. We've debunked the myth that you need a gym for big arms. We've broken down the science. And I've given you the exact 3 exercise system I used to completely change my own arms. From the foundational close grip push-up, to the intense bench dip, to the 3D building bodyweight tricep extension, this is the complete system. The path is laid out for you. There are no more excuses. You don't need a gym or a single dumbbell. You just need a floor, a chair, and the discipline to follow the plan and push yourself to be better than you were last week. This progression works. I'm living proof, and so are countless others who have embraced smart bodyweight training. The frustration of having just okay arms is over. If you're ready to stop wishing for bigger arms and start building them, if you're ready to earn 3D triceps that command respect, then hit that subscribe button, and let's get to work.